Welcome to this week's episode of Founders and Funders. This week I have Karen at Creative Warehouse. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I want to thank you for letting us use your space.
Of course. This is the first podcast we're filming here, so I'm very excited.
Just a very safe place. Tell us a little bit about you. Where did you grow up?
I'm a Westie girl. I'm from West Melbourne, so in a suburb called St. Albans. I grew up with a twin sister and an older brother and two beautiful parents. I'm from Malta. My parents are from Malta, so they're very European and very strict. We had a beautiful childhood. It's quite strict. There are lots of happy memories, but also a lot of stress as well. My mum was sick for a lot of our childhood. I think it was probably about 15 or even less. She got sick. So we were in and out of hospital with her. And so that kind of framed how we grew up. We were all very strong, not very emotional. So, and that's kind of translated into my adult years as well, which is something I'm working on at the same time.
Yeah. What did you end up studying in school?
So school wasn't my strong suit. I was very creative and I got that from my dad. So all my subjects were all art subjects. I just wanted to get out of school and start working. So I finished year 12, not really knowing what I wanted to do, moved into graphic arts, which is the TAFE version of graphic design, worked at printing presses, and it still wasn't my passion. So I did the 2 years of TAFE and I was out. I was not going back. I never wanted to do uni, and I'm so glad I didn't, because it wasn't for me, even though my parents probably would have preferred that I did. I did my own thing.
What made you want to study arts?
I've always been creative. And as I said, my dad was always a creative one. He was always drawing or doing our birthday cards with this special little heart that he did, and he still does it today. And it's just a great expression of who I am. I was never one to just sit and, be at a computer and write, or that very corporate lifestyle that my sister, who is my twin, she's not artsy at all. So I got that side, and she got the very headstrong, smart, intelligent,
Are you identical twins?
Yes, we are. Yeah. Even though right now we don't look identical because we have different hairstyles, but when we were younger, we definitely look similar. We have the same voice, and we would trick my brother-in-law when he was on the phone with us. But now we're very different. We've gone in completely different career paths. As I said, I'm very art-driven, and she's very corporate.
Finish your TAFE. You realized you didn't want to go to university.
Yes.
What did you want to do?
I wanted to work. I still wasn't 100% sure on what career, what job. So did a fair few different things. But as I said, I started in a printing press because I did the graphic arts course, which is more the technical version of graphic design. So I did that. And then I kind of moved up into more the graphic design, but always had a passion for fashion. That rhyme. But was never committed enough and never driven enough to go down the fashion route in university, and I didn't think I was talented enough anyway, so I kind of squashed that. And then ended up combining my two loves, which was art and fashion, and then decided to do graphic design with apparel. So working with like licensing companies, I worked with the AFL, so the supporter wear that you see people wearing, I was designing that. Moved into kids, like licensing, so creating accessories for them. So that was kind of always, I had done that for maybe 10 years, and then decided to move more into like traditional like women's fashion, and then that's where I ended up at Cotton On.
Yeah. How did you get your first job after studying?
I applied. It was very easy back then. It was just, this was, I don't even know, 20 something years ago.
We're dating ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was, to be honest, I can't really remember. I know it was snap printing, so it was a very easy job to get, and it was almost 2 hours away from home.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's just what you did.
Yeah.
If you wanted a job, you had to travel. And not a lot of people like traveling for jobs these days, but that's just what you had to do. Like it was 2 trains and a tram, and rain, hail or shine, you were there 5 days a week. So, but that was a great job. I learned a lot of technical knowledge from there, and I was very grateful for them. Like it was 2 years, but it was a great job.
You learn so much from those times to appreciate in the future when you don't have to commute.
Yeah.
When I moved to Australia, I commuted an hour and 45 minutes every day each way
Yeah.
to work at a bank in southern Sydney.
Yeah.
Because no one else wanted to commute to it.
Yeah.
But then when I moved up into working in the CBD, you really appreciate the time you get back.
Yeah. I mean, you can be quite efficient if you're traveling on public transport. A lot of people are working on like the V lines and everything like that, but I was just there 2 hours in the rain.
Oh, this was before 3G internet.
Oh, I had my phone. Did I have a phone? I don't even know. No, I would have had a phone, but it was hard. But you get home really late, but it was just what everyone did.
Yeah.
And then I worked in Geelong, so that was another hour each way. I don't think I ever worked close to home until I had kids, and I'm just like, I ain't driving to the city. I'm not getting on public transport. I was there for 8 years. I had done Play Corp, which was the licensing for AFL, and grew really, like, my knowledge grew really well. I got really confident with my skills. I needed a new challenge because it was kind of same. So I got the job at Cotton On through someone I knew, and I spent 8 years there. I gave them a lot. They gave me a lot. I had both my kids while I was working there. I lost my mum while I was there. They were very supportive until I decided to go back to work after the 2 kids and decided I could only really give them 3 days a week. And this was now 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And I didn't feel like at that time they were very supportive of the working like part-time. And I felt like I was missing out a lot because I wasn't there full-time and I just wasn't giving them like 10 hours a day. I could only give them my 8 hours and I had to go. I had to get my kids from childcare. So that was right before COVID, and I just decided I had to leave. I didn't want to, but it was just something we had to do. And we had also moved house and it was becoming too far. So that was right before COVID, and then I decided to just not work for a little bit.
Okay. What were you doing with your time?
2 young kids, and it wasn't for me. I couldn't just be at home and just be a mom and do nothing else. Like, hats off to those that do. Like, my mom did that for a while. I just personally couldn't do it. So I needed to find something that just fit in with our schedule because I had kids in childcare, then getting ready for school. And once I get to school, those hours shorten, those 6 hours at school.
Soon as pickup.
By the time you get home and you do a couple of things, it's time to go. So and my husband, he works long hours and he's quite unpredictable with what time he finishes. So I had to be the parent that was the kind of stable one that was always there, which was fine. So we went through COVID and I'm just like, what can I do to be here and work my own hours? So can't exactly remember how I fell into social media, to be honest, but I wasn't really highly active on social media and didn't say, I'm going to work in social media. I just kind of fell into it and did a couple of short courses with RMIT, did some digital strategy courses, nothing major.
What do they teach you? What is a social media course?
So the social media courses are getting popular right now, but back then there wasn't a course to teach you how to be a social media manager or to manage your socials. It didn't really exist. So I did a digital strategy, and that was a short course with RMIT. And then there was another course, which is the Digital Picnic. They're a really big agency in Melbourne. They did a how to be a social media manager kind of short course as well. So that's all I did. And then I'm like, okay, I think I know enough. And then decided to find my own clients, which I did. I had about 4 or 5. It's just local businesses.
How did you find them?
A couple were referrals. And then the referrals began to grow a little bit more.
You mean you asked your friends, who do you know that might be a social media manager?
Basically, there was a couple of people that knew I was doing the courses and like, I know someone. And then they spoke to someone else. And then I ended up with probably 5 clients, small clients, not paying a lot. Because obviously I was just starting out, I didn't really know what to charge. And there wasn't really a set wicket and package to charge people because...
It's new.
It's so new.
Yeah.
Reels hadn't even come out yet. So they had just come out when I had just started. So that's how long we're talking. So I kind of just worked backwards as you do to try and find your hourly rate.
Okay.
But not earning barely anything. I think I was charging $500 a month to run People Social, which is... nothing.
What does 500 get someone?
Well, it depends who the client was, but it just got them their whole end-to-end social media. So I was doing all their posting, creating all their content, doing all their captions, all their engagement, and then a report at the end of the month, which most people probably listening to this who are in the same industry would be laughing at me right now because it's not, it's nowhere near what you should be charging. But I didn't know any better.
And
I was happy to be, and I was happy to be earning something and contributing to my family, which it didn't do much, but I felt good about it. So
5 clients at $500 a month is still pretty good. And you get to work your hours from home.
Yeah. But when you break it down to how many hours I was actually doing and how much I was giving these clients, it wasn't worth it. Yeah. But it was something, it was better than nothing. You know, it was my spending money, basically. So I moved kind of away from my own clients and decided to work with just one agency. And I did that for about, I think it was close to 5. I moved away from managing my own clients because it was getting a bit hard. It was getting a bit difficult to kind of find new clients when you lost them. So I decided to move with an agency that thought it'd be a bit more stable, and did that with one agency for about 5 or 4 years, something like that. And I learned a lot. It was a different environment to what I'm used to because I had my own clients. I was managing the whole process. So I had a couple of my own clients with this agency, and that worked really well for, as I said, the 4 years, but it wasn't enough. And I'm like, I need to put myself out there and get some more work because I just wasn't getting enough and I wasn't charging enough still. And then once I got more confidence, decided to put myself out there on LinkedIn a little bit more, message some brands. They started messaging me. And then I began to work with a couple of larger agencies, and then my hourly rate just went up quite significantly.
What did the agency teach you that you didn't know before in terms of skills?
Probably to manage multiple, because she had larger clients. So they were on larger retainers, more deliverables. So just how to manage my time more effectively. And also there was quite a couple of juniors. So I would take them under my wing a little bit and manage them as well. So it taught me how to manage multiple people, but it actually gave me a lot of confidence in my skills as well because it was such a new industry. It was new for me because for 20 years I was doing something completely different and moved into this industry, which is quite a young industry. Like most of the people working in this industry are your early 20s to mid 20s. So I did feel a bit out of my depth that way, but kind of got over that reasonably quickly because I brought life experience to the board game. After 4 years, I decided to move away from this one agency. I thought that I have to put myself out there or I'm just going to stay stagnant. And I did start to feel that the work was kind of becoming the same. So I wanted to see what else was out there. I thought I was quite confident in my skills and I had a lot to give to an agency. So I reached out on LinkedIn and then started working with another couple of much larger agencies.
As a freelancer.
Yeah. It's surprising once you put your name out there and people start to know you. You don't realize how much they actually do need freelancers because I was doing a lot of holiday cover for people. So they would go away for a couple of weeks or months and I would just cover them and then someone else would go away. And so it was just continuous work. So with the last agency I'm working with, and I've been with them for nearly a year and a half now. So it's just that continuous work and they know your work, they know how you work. So you kind of don't even need to go seek out new work because
there's more demand than there is your time.
It's been really good actually. So I've been really enjoying that. And then moving more away from that end-to-end social media management and more account management and content creation as well. So you just create the content and you give it to them and you're done. So more project-based rather than kind of ongoing retainer work, which I'm finding that because I'm getting quite busy with the studio that I'm finding I gravitate more towards the quick jobs. So you film your one video, you send them an invoice, you get paid.
Okay. So how did you go from the freelance work with agencies to creating this place?
So as I said, I'm a content creator. That's something I do love doing. And I was creating a lot of content at my house. So I was creating on my own while the kids are at school. Sometimes I was creating with the kids and it just got too hard with
separating work and
and the mess.
Oh yeah.
So you would have to clean everything up, make your house look presentable, film your content, spend how many hours, clean it all back up, put everything back. And then if your kids were home, it's impossible to film sometimes with them. Or if your husband comes home, it was just getting too much. And so I was just sitting with my husband one Saturday night. We were just having a little drink.
The best ideas come from a drink.
Yes. Definitely. So we were sitting and we were talking about like what's next for our family, how can we grow. I've kind of hit 40. And no, it wasn't a midlife crisis.
It's self-evaluation.
It actually was. Like the wine just kind
That's what I'm calling it.
So we were talking and he's like, I don't want to work forever. And I'm like, well, I'm ready to start kind of really working and start to build something for our family. And I mentioned the content studio idea. And my husband's not into social media. He doesn't have any accounts, so he didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes to me, oh, it's a stupid good idea.
A stupid good idea.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't understand it, but it sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I go, okay, let me show you. So I like presented it to him.
Okay.
We spoke about it and we went to look at places and everything. So I think the more I spoke about it and showed him what it could be, this isn't a new concept. So I showed him what was already out there
Mm-hmm.
and how we could improve on it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of grew
Okay.
on him. So that was over a year ago now. So we've had this space for a year now, but we've only been open since July the 8th.
And what did you want to do in this space that the other spaces did not have to offer?
I wanted to create a space that was really versatile for multiple industries, not just fashion or not just for e-com. I wanted to open it up to smaller businesses and UGC creators or just more social media creators, not just the high-end, high-paying clients.
Production studio.
Yeah, which would be great if I could get those. But I'm starting small and I want to support small and support local where I can as well.
And why Altona? We're in Altona today.
We are in Altona, beautiful Altona. So there are a lot of these studios on the other side of Melbourne, so over the Westgate Bridge. There are also studios like this on the other side of Melbourne, like north side. There's a couple in Altona, but I feel like I've got a bit of an edge over them as well. And I also wanted to support Geelong. It's just 40 minutes from Geelong. I've worked in Geelong. I know there are so many creatives that aren't supported there. I mean, Geelong is quite forgotten about sometimes as well, and it's beautiful. So, and I know there's only like maybe one or two of these kind of content studios around as well. So I really wanted to support Geelong and make sure I can get them here, but they don't need to go over the Westgate Bridge at the same time. So, because I know that adds a lot of time to your travel.
What were some of the early challenges with setting up this space? It feels like a home renovation, but to an nth degree.
So we purchased this property and this was our first commercial property. So there's lots of different kind of regulations. Yes, there was a lot of things we didn't know, a lot of zoning, and it was really confusing and I found it really overwhelming. We didn't really have a lot of support from anyone that had really purchased before. So I found that part really overwhelming and stressful. Then once we had settled, our next challenge was actually getting a permit from our council to even open this space. And we didn't even know if we were able to open this space. And there was a time where there was a chance that we were not going to get this permit. But we didn't know this before we purchased the property. So that was extremely stressful. It took us 6 months to get a permit, which is crazy. So that was a lot of revenue lost. We had to pay for the loan with no income coming in. So that was the second really stressful period. And then once we fit out this space, which took about 2.5 months, which was amazing. My husband did most of the fit out downstairs with lots of 10-hour days and lots of late hours. But we now have to fill this space with bookings.
Yeah.
So we built this beautiful space, but we need to get people in this store. And that's actually proven extremely stressful for me because I've gone from now being just like a mom, a freelancer, and now a business owner, which is new for me. So I'm trying to navigate all these 3 different avenues of my life and we don't have people coming through the doors and I'm finding it extremely stressful. But I can't let it affect my family. And I'm also trying to freelance, so I need to be active there and try and seek out freelancing work as well. So I'm finding navigating owning a business just quite difficult at the moment because there are so many other stresses that are happening. It's something I'm learning and I feel like I am learning to kind of calm the nerves and the anxiety a little bit. But when you go, weeks with no bookings, it's extremely stressful because the bills are still coming and the bills aren't little and that needs to be paid from somewhere. So I know it's all part of business ownership. Again, it's something I'm learning, but it doesn't take away the stress. And then that obviously leaks into your personal and family life,
For
which
sure.
I really try to not let that happen, but I'm failing at that right now. So me and my husband have had words about that. So I'm navigating that part of owning a business as well. So yeah, it's been stressful. I'm probably the most professionally stressed I've ever been in my life, which is new for me. So
I think every entrepreneur has gone through the highest highs and the lowest lows.
Yeah, I'm ready for the really high highs because I feel like we've been through quite a few
lows
and hurdles. We've had to deal with quite a bit of some issues, but I'm ready for the highs.
Okay.
So bring them on.
What are some of the things that you've learned that have helped you on this journey starting this space?
I have learned that I do need to ask for help when I need it, because I am one to not ask and really struggle internally. So I'm learning that, especially when it comes to my kids, picking them up from school if I'm here on a shoot. So I've learned that it's okay to ask for help, and there is people to help me, and I have to accept that help.
It's a good lesson.
Well, yes, that is a big one for me, because I've gone through many years of deciding not to ask for help because I don't want to impose or put anyone out. But I really did need help. But I am learning now. So we're all good there.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working on, have you ever heard of attachment styles?
No.
Okay. So one of the most impactful things that I've learned this year after the end of a long relationship is learning about your attachment style.
Okay.
You can be secure, you can be anxious, you can be avoidant, you can be a combination of those. And as an avoidant person, my default is to not ask for help, to be self-sufficient, right?
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
Yes. And so it's been a lesson for me this year.
Okay. So I think we're learning the same thing.
Yes, to ask for help.
Yes.
Because I think my therapist talks about how when you're not accepting help, you're taking away an opportunity for the people around you to show you their affection.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not a sign of weakness. I think
No,
that's
it actually
also what
builds, strengthens your relationships by letting people help you.
Yes, I love that. Because I could do it all.
I also don't want to owe people favors. And so I feel this guilt of social debt.
Yes.
But actually, I notice many people just want to be closer.
Yeah. And are you always the first person to offer help?
Yeah, I try to.
I feel like I am too.
Yes, but I don't like to accept it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it only goes one way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah. So going forward for this space, what do you see for it in the next 12 months?
Well, I have big dreams. It's probably going to take longer than I would like, and that's a me issue. I'm very impatient, but I really want to build a space that just builds a local creative community. Yeah. I really want to get out more into the community and just meet local businesses, but I want to create a space where we can all come together and create content, but great content that's going to boost their business as well. I want to expand into more regional areas. That is probably more of a 10-year long-term goal. I'm not sure if we'll get there yet, but that's always been on the back burner. But I just want to build something for my family. I want to take away the stress, the financial stress that's on my husband's shoulders. It's always something that I've wanted to do, is just contribute more financially. So that's more of a personal goal for me, but it's building just a really creative community.
What are some common misconceptions of social media and the nuts and bolts behind it? Because you've been through many brands, agencies. I'm just someone on the outside looking in. Tell us a little bit about the insights, or what happens behind the scenes. What is it really from your perspective?
Social media changes weekly. So you have to really be on the ball and be welcome to change, and you have to also be ready for that fast paceness of it. But I also love how it can connect people so quickly. What have I learned? I have learned that it's not all real.
Okay.
And I think most
in what
people,
way?
Well, not everything you see is really what's happening behind the scenes. And I think a lot of people put up a front on social media, and it's just very different.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. I like to be 100% myself in front of the camera, and behind. I don't feel like I'm any different either way. And I think that's what people do like about me and the business, because what they see is what they get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important as well.
How can social media and using a space like this really help small business owners?
I think that this space is so versatile that you could potentially have multiple businesses in here at the one time, networking, creating content together, and then building long-term relationships in that way.
So who is this space for? Like, what kind of content creator? I've seen so many cool parts to this space today. There's a kitchen, there's a studio for photos. Tell us more about the space.
So when we did build the space, we wanted to offer the space to as many different industries and brands and creators as possible. So as you said, we've got like the Cyclorama wall, which is the big white wall, which is beautiful for seamless photos. We had a headshot day there today. We have the kitchen, which is great for food creators and lifestyle creators. We've got a lifestyle area for any type of content creator, whether it's a UGC creator or an influencer or an agency, a social media agency, a marketing agency who creates lots of content for lots of types of clients at the one time. And then we've also got this upstairs where it's just product photography as well. So it's honestly, we can open it up to as many industries as possible. We also have a bed. So if you're a bedding brand, we have a movable bed as well.
And how does it work for people who want to use this space to get involved and book time? And how does it work?
To book the studio, it's all online. You can book the day, the session that you like. We have lots of affordable packages. You can hire just our cyclorama wall for a couple of hours, or you can hire the whole space. So we've really tried to make it as affordable as possible, because we know times are tough, but everyone's here to make some money. But we really looked at our pricing and what we're offering, I think, in relation to other studios is on par, or if not better than, because like a lot of studios do not have a kitchen. A lot of them do not have a bed. Right. As insignificant as a bed sounds, it's
difficult to set up.
It is.
For shoot.
It is. Yeah. And then a lot of creators will be like, oh, I didn't know how to bed. And they just like love that idea. So I think we offer lots of different things to lots of different industries. And I feel like it's,
And what equipment does someone need to bring when they're using the space versus what's provided by your space?
So it depends what the final outcome. If you're a professional photographer, then we recommend bringing your own lighting, unless you're a natural light photographer, whereas we've got abundance of natural light. If you're a UGC creator, most people just bring their phone and a tripod. We've got pretty much all the props that you would need, unless there's a specific product that you're working with that you want to highlight. Same with if you're in our kitchen, you would just bring your main ingredients, but we've got pretty much all your pots and pans. And we always just, when we have a booking, I'll make sure I get in touch with anyone that's coming in to make sure that we've got everything ready for them as well. I would hate for anyone to come into the studio and we not have what they need, because I'm a bit of a people pleaser too. So I do want to make sure that we're providing like a really top-notch service as well. So customer service is really big for me. I feel like that's something that's missing these days. And I really want to make sure that when people do come into our studio, that it feels like their space and that they make it their own as well. It's like their little home for a couple of hours to create content.
Yeah. So if I'm an amateur UGC, I don't want to call myself one, but say I want to
You're
become
just a creator.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's AGC too. There's also AGC.
What's that?
Employee generated content. So if you work with someone,
So say I want to enter this career as a UGC. What skills do I need before I come to this space to produce content?
Really just have to be like creative and just have an eye for fine detail. You need to be obviously handy with a phone. But that's all you need. You don't need high-tech equipment. And I'm always here too. I'm always here to help as well. So I don't just open the studio and leave. I'm always hanging around and always happy to lend a hand as well. But if you want to be a UGC creator, I would just get filming at home. I've actually spoken to a lot of people and they're like, how do I get into it? I'm like, well, get some products, start filming at home, start, speaking in front of the camera, get that face in front of the camera, become familiar and confident, and then people will find you.
Okay. How will they find you?
Social media.
Okay.
The power of social media.
It'll just happen.
But you have to put yourself out there.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
And you have to put your face out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's the key.
It's taken me close to a year to put my face on camera.
Okay. Look, it's not easy. And I still don't like it, but I know that's how I get my views. People connect to a face. They don't just connect to a product.
Just hands.
Well, you can start with hands and then build up. But that's most of my views, and my best performing content is always got my face on it.
Okay, unfiltered?
Most of the time. Yeah, sometimes I'll just add eyelashes, some blush. But apart from that, it's all me.
Okay. What are some tips for producing content, that rules to go by? You said authenticity, you can use your own phone, but in terms of some of the details around like length and like the structure of it,
Yeah. So
I'm just starting out, so give me some tips.
Okay, so you need good light.
Okay. What does good light look like?
So you need to be facing the window and not against the window, so you're not getting dark shadows on your face. You need to be portrait. Your phone always needs to be portrait, not landscape.
Okay. Why is this?
Because social media formats are all portrait, unless you're doing YouTube, that's different, but that's a whole nother ball game. You need to be confident. Okay. Or if you're not, just fake it. Okay. And you need to always I feel like you always need to have a smile on your face. And a tip, if you're ever doing a voiceover, always speak with a smile.
And you can tell.
Yes, you can tell.
Okay.
You can tell, definitely, because I've tried it.
And you get better results.
You do, yeah. Okay. I think they would be my main tips, but confidence is key.
Okay, great.
And fake it till you make it.
And which channels are the ones that you're seeing are the best return on investment or best use of time?
Yeah, I think if you are a founder, you need to be on TikTok.
Okay, why?
You need to be showing your face and you need to be telling them your story, because people are obsessed with your story. Okay. They want to know how you got there, when you got there, what you wore, what you ate, everything. If you're moving on to LinkedIn, it's a similar story, but it's more aesthetic. And that's where you kind of show your really nice photos and your reels. But I feel like TikTok is real. If you're not on there, then you need to be on there if you're a business. And I know most businesses hate posting on social media, but if you're not on there, you're going to get forgotten. Okay. For sure. Okay. You don't need to be highly, highly active, but you need to be visible. Okay. And Instagram and YouTube, how do they rank? YouTube, I'm not familiar with. So I'm mainly Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also very good. Okay. For growing your business and just getting your name out there. And if you do want to contact dream clients, LinkedIn is your place to go, because you're going straight to the decision maker. Exactly. And I've got a couple of my big deals from Instagram. And then also another little one, not little, is Facebook groups. Okay. If you find the right ones that are highly active, they're super niche, and I've also got some clients from Facebook groups as well. Okay, like which ones? So it depends what I'm kind of focusing on, but for the Dancer Headshot Day we just had, I joined some dancer groups, and I think I got a couple of bookings from it. Actually, I know I did. Yeah. Because I asked them. That is also another tip. Ask where people find you. Great. So you do more of that. So I'm also learning that. And then I'm also on some photographer Facebook groups, some local business, so some Western District Facebook groups. And that's how you grow your network as well. So if you were to rewind the clock 12 months-ish, what would you do? That's a really good question, because I think about that all the time. Okay. Because we've had so many issues getting to where we are now, sometimes I'm like, did we even need to do this? But then I'm like, no, we did, because I would regret it if we didn't. I think if I did rewind the clock back, I would take more time in the research phase of purchasing a commercial property, because I did find it so overwhelming, and I was lost. I did not know what was going on. I had the agent telling me all these things, and I didn't know what he was saying, and I felt really out of my depth. I think that's my key, is I would do more research. What does one research about commercial property? That's a good question, because I don't know. What have you learned about it? I guess I would speak to the council and see if I could get some more information on our business, because we were a new type of business in a commercial industrial area. They didn't know how to class us. So I would have liked to have a meeting with them prior to purchasing, see if we were even eligible to get this permit. I would definitely do a lot of research into the different types of zones there are, because that means so much more. And then especially if our business doesn't continue and we're left with a building, what do we do with it? Like, can we rent it out? Who can we rent it out to? That kind of
A
thing.
plan
So
B.
definitely. We have a plan B. I don't want to get to that plan B
That's
though.
not.
So. But that definitely research. I feel like sometimes I just make a decision too harshly and too quickly. My husband's more the like, just slow it down a little bit. But when I get excited, I'm just like, let's go, go, go. And that's not always a good thing when it comes to business, especially when you're paying a lot of money for something.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
Oh, yeah.
A really big commitment.
Like a 30-year commitment.
Longer than many marriages.
Oh, Lord. This is definitely testing our marriage, but we're doing okay.
Yeah.
The whole fit-out process we were good. It's now the financial stress that kind of puts a bit of stress on our relationship. But again, that's something that we have to work.
Yeah, one of the lessons I recently heard from my previous guest was a photographer in Byron. He has a weekly check-in with his partner.
Yes.
Just to see,
yes,
what can I do to help out? What do
I
you
love
need help
that.
with?
Yeah.
How are you traveling? Just because in your head, so Brene Brown, like you paint pictures in your head of what the other person's feeling and going through
So true.
without asking.
Yeah.
You just realign on priorities because he has several kids. And so one's taking care of kids while the other one's running multiple businesses. I think that's really important to check in. And I realize many of my successful friends in business and relationships have check-ins with their partners.
That's good.
Like
tip.
weekly or quarterly.
Yeah.
On their like goals.
Yeah, that's a good tip. We've started a weekly business meeting, but that's business. I think that's a great idea.
A relationship one.
Yeah. Maybe it's just so hard because I'll be here, then I'll pick the kids up, then we've got after school activities. He won't get home till like late, then with dinner. And it's like, when do you find time to actually talk or even go through business stuff as well? Like I've had forms to fill out for a couple of weeks now and we just haven't had the time to do it. And it just adds more stress. But I think that's a great idea. I like that. Maybe we'll do once a fortnight, I think. We'll start with that.
Nice. And for people who want to be entrepreneurs, getting into small business, what advice do you have for them?
I just think if you've got a fire in your belly, you need to do it.
Okay.
Because I don't think it'll go away until you at least said that you've done it. And I've had this in my gut for a long time that I knew I had to do something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew that I was destined for something bigger than working for just someone. And it was always a dream of mine to have something for myself. Now I've got it and I have to make it work. So I just think if it's in your head or it's in your heart, then you just have to do it.
Okay. Well, for people who want to this space, learn more, contact you, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, I'm on every single form of social media, but I'm highly active on TikTok and on Instagram, so The Creative Warehouse. And then if you would love to book, we would love to have you. Our website is www.thecreativewarehouse.com.au.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Karen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.